Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the SweetpeaDiaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I am back with another tea break. Now, y'all seen that performance by Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, their new song Bongos on the VMAs. Now, the neighborhood talk, I noticed that they posted the performance, and a lot of people are in the comments asking, why weren't they introduced? Why did they get an introduction that, went away to commercial and boom, you come back and Meg and Cardi B are performing? They weren't properly introduced. Well, I don't know if it's just me, but Nicki Minaj was hosting the VMAs. So, of course, there was no proper introduction because Nicki Minaj is petty. She's unprofessional. And she's not able to be a professional in her environment. You must be professional at all times. Good morning, Kimberly. No matter whether or not you like someone or you don't like someone. I mean, are we in high school now to where as though you cannot introduce someone because you don't like them? So I'm like, why are people asking that question? Why y'all in the comments talking about why they didn't get an introduction? You know why they didn't get an introduction, because Nicki Minaj did not want to introduce Cardi B. That's why. She don't even want to mention, she don't even want to say this woman's name, but you want to be on social media poking and trolling and, you know what I'm saying, doing all the things that you do, but you can't mention the girl name at a damn VMA performance. Like, all of that shit should be aside, out the window. We are here working. Y'all are worth millions of dollars. Okay. That is your goddamn, at the time you are hired to do a job. And so you have to put them damn, you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine telling the VMAs when they offered this position to you to host? Well, you know what? I'm going, you know what? What, who got it? 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 You know what? No, I'm not going to say, I ain't going to say her name. You know what? No. As long as I'm hosting VMAs, no, I ain't say her name. Like, come on, girl. You literally did not want to say her name. Weird. You were hired to do a job. Like, girl, get over yourself. Exactly. Her name is literally Miss Petty. Like, girl, that's weird. That's like childish. But I'm trying to figure out why it was a question in the comments. I'm like, y'all know why she didn't get it. They didn't get an introduction because she was not willing to. She probably said in her contract when she negotiated the terms with the VMAs, she probably said, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not going to mention her name. I'm not going to introduce her. So they had to put Cardi B's performance. They probably, they intentionally put her performance after a commercial. So that way you can, kind of like, it wouldn't look too odd that they weren't introduced, but people caught it and people caught the shade. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. And then her and her husband, she got the nerve to bring that goon everywhere that she goes. She done brought him with her and they behind the stage, you know what I'm saying, trying to get in the backstage. And she's back there putting hands on security guards and having altercations with security guards. And they back there making threats and making videos and of threats, and then post up the picture and you look at these so-called goons and they all look like Uncle Freddie. All of them look old and washed up, look like wannabe thugs. And I'm like, give it a rest. Who's still gangbanging in they goddamn 40s? Kenneth look like he done gained weight, look like Uncle Fester, his stomach is hanging out over top of the pants. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, you're not a damn kid anymore. Give it up. Hang it up. Put your flag up. Like, come on. That's weird. You're grown. You're a grown ass man. She's literally bringing this sex offender. And the VMAs, like, literally, they know this man is a sex offender. I'm trying to figure out how he was allowed to be there. You know what I'm saying? How he allowed to be moving around the way he move around. Like, this man is literally, it don't he have some type of stipulations? How is he moving around like this? He wouldn't be invited to no VMA or any time, if I was sitting on the board of these damn, I'm like, how is he being invited and being allowed? I mean, is it Nicki Minaj is invited and then what they do, your plus one or Nicki and your husband? I mean, how did that shit go? Because I'm like, girl, you bringing this man and his goddamn friends, bringing him and his bros. I mean, girl, that's your security team. They all look like the uncles at the cookout. They look like your cousins that stand out front of the liquor store all day begging for goddamn change. It was very unprofessional, Ardell, on Nicki's part, because I'm just like, okay, you don't like Cardi B. We all know you don't like Cardi B. But that was your job. Your job was to host. Your job was to introduce performers, was to introduce different artists. Everybody else gets introductions. So Meg and Cardi can't get an introduction because you don't like Cardi B. Ew, girl. Very unprofessional, very petty. Ew. Hey, Marcella. Very petty. So I'm like, I don't know why we're asking this question. We know why Meg and Cardi did not get a proper introduction. And then it's because Mrs. Petty is really petty. She did not want to introduce Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion because she doesn't like Cardi B. Okay? Imagine having that as a stipulation in your contract to host the VMAs. Yes, I'll do it, but I'm not going to mention Cardi B's name. I don't want to give her an introduction. When it's time for her to perform, I don't want to have to say her name. So if you want me to do that, then I'm not going to perform. Ma'am, stop it. And the fact that they allowed that, I would have been like, well, no, then we'll just get someone else to do it. We'll let Cardi B do it. Like, I mean, really. And then you gotta think these shows. Then I thought about this too. Did they intentionally do that? Did they intentionally, have, Nicki Minaj host, and then knowing that her and Cardi B had this beef, you know what I'm saying? That's going to drum up excitement. That's going to get everybody talking about the VMAs. That's going to get everybody to watch because we know that she's going to perform. Or we want to see how Nicki and Cardi going to act and behave. Cardi's going to be professional at all times. I can tell you if the shoe was on the other foot, I bet you Cardi B would have introduced Nicki Minaj. Cardi B don't really give a damn. She's getting her money. She out here living her best life. She would have introduced Nicki Minaj. She definitely would have because she ain't petty like that. She's professional. But look at Nicki Minaj, always the goon, always want to be in control. Everything's all about this goddamn imaginary beef that she has with Cardi B, which she need to just hang up, give it up, and move on. Stop sending threats subliminally through people with these goons. We all know what those threats were behind the scenes. And go check out Hot Shot Radio, his page on Instagram. He's got the clip of Nicki Minaj behind the scenes at the goddamn VMAs, them causing a disturbance as usual. Hey, it's Nicki, not Nicki, my moderator in the building. Y'all give Nicki some love. Show Nicki some love. Hey, boo. Good morning, love. How are you feeling? I love you. Mwah. Y'all give my baby some love. Give my baby some flowers this morning. Give her flowers. Literally drop some flowers in the chat for my moderator, okay? Love you, girl. But I'm like, girl, you are petty. You are very petty, honey. You could have introduced Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. Could have gave them a proper introduction, but you're petty. Mm-hmm. So you guys, that is it. I really just wanted to come through with a quick tea break and let everybody know I'm getting ready to get on the bus. And we just wanted to talk about it really briefly. Like, listen, we all see you, Nicki Minaj. We saw you. We know why they didn't get a proper introduction. Because you're petty as hell. Because you negotiated in your contract, in your terms with the VMAs that you didn't want to give you didn't want to give Cardi B a proper introduction because you don't like her. When I had to think about it, I was like, I wonder, did the VMAs intentionally set this up because they know that they have a beef? It'll get everybody talking and it'll, cause conversation. But at the end of the day, whether they did it or not, whether they set it up or not, because these things do happen, they do set shit like that up. But whether they set it up or not, be the bigger person, be the bigger woman, and show people that, you know what, I can still work. I can be an adult about this. Yeah, we don't like each other, but I'm working right now. See, when you're working, you push it like that to the side. Hey, I go to work every day around people that I might not care or be too fond of. I've been a manager and had to supervise people that I'm not too fond of, that aren't too fond of me, but I still got to do my job. I don't go to work and be like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? I can't give her an evaluation, or I can't be fair with her because I don't like her. Can you imagine how the world would be if, because we don't like someone, we don't go around them, or we don't utter their names, or we don't, have any interaction because we don't like them? Can you imagine how your professional life would be, how your bag would be affected? Must be nice, honey, where I can make stipulations that, yeah, I'll do it as long as I don't have to say this name. Weird. Okay, if weird was a person, that's Nicki Minaj in this moment, because that's very weird, unprofessional, and it's tacky as hell. You know what I'm saying? I would have got up there in all my glory and splendor. It's a beautiful night. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop tribute, it was good. I liked how they performed. LL Cool J, Run DMC, all them. I liked the performance, and she had her little, moment. She got out there and did her thing. I would have still been able to, in that moment, introduce Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, because, hey, I just had my performance. I'm just doing my thing. I don't know if she performed after or before, but she, whether she did or not, she knew she was going to be performing, and the whole thing was going to, be given what it gave. So I still would have been able to introduce, so it was petty. We all seen that it was petty. And y'all drop in the comments and let me know what you think about this when you catch the replay. All right, you guys? So that's all I got for this quick tea break. Y'all be sure to like the video, give the video a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next tea break. Bye, y'all.